got y'all now.
15 years of age, and she really presented like a stroke, meaning that her left side was the side that was weak and was involved, but the actual malformation and the bleed in her brain was on the right side.
I was hoping that she would go on to college where they have the girls' softball leagues, but I think God had another plan for her, and things happened.
Say something for the camera. Sorry. Lizzie got new glasses. Show your glasses, Liz. She can actually see now. Uh-oh.
The paramedics already knew us from the first one, and they said, I believe she's having something bleeder in her brain. We got to the hospital, which was Herman Children's Hospital in the medical center. We rushed her to the ER. She was already in a coma. Oops, Lizzie's already gotten in. Beautiful this is. Say hi, Lizzie.
Hi.
Elisabeth. Alcohol, I guess it is its way through.
When it happened, like, it didn't happen instantly. It grew and grew, and like the pain just grew. And then I was near the bed, and like it felt very hot, and everything felt hot, and I felt claustrophobic, and I couldn't breathe no more good, and then like I just collapsed on the bed.
We were at her neighbor's house. She had two neighbors, and the four of us were like super close, kind of growing up. So we always like hung out at each other's house. I didn't live in the neighborhood, but we were over there all the time, and me and my brother. So we were at her neighbor's house, and I don't even remember what we were doing. I just remember like running around, and then all of a sudden she's like screaming and yelling and talking about she can't see and she's hot and all these things. And we were like 12, so we told her to lay down, and we like sprayed water on her face, and I don't know what we thought we were doing, but I guess we didn't think, we thought she was playing, like we didn't think she was serious. And we were just like, well, lay down, Lizzie, just lay there, we're gonna get some water. And then I guess once we realized like it was actual serious, like we got Lauren's mom, and Lauren's mom came, and she went next door and got her mom, and it was just a big freak show, and they had to call the ambulance, and it was just really crazy. And then just to be 12 and not being aware of like what's actually going on is even crazier, to see it and not know like that's the situation. That's, you're just, then you're thinking like, did I do it? Did we fall? Did she do it? You have no idea. So it was actually really scary at the moment.
Let's show her the dress.
God bless.
I know, he don't know that.
He does now.
He does now, and it's going to be too late. It takes 2 weeks to get to Afghanistan. So
And my little girl
I know.
grown up. Oh,
okay.
Want me to back her up and kind of face her?
Yeah, back her up. Yeah.
stand up.
You gonna stand up? Okay, hold on. Oh no. There they are, Richard.
Put your little masky down, John, in the other hand.
09 gets whatever they like, no matter what is graduation. 09 said, Big 10, psych, and everything, all right. But it's 09 all day and all night. 09
My husband pulled up, and I said, they have her in there, they're working on her. And he kept saying, did you call Dr. Stephen Fletcher, which was her neurologist there? And I said, the ER doctor's working on her. Well, the ER doctor, my daughter was there too, my oldest daughter, her sister. We were all standing there waiting for the doctor to come out and tell us what's going on, because they wouldn't let us in there, they were just working on her. And he came out and he said, you need to administer her last rites. And I turned to my oldest daughter and said, no, this can't be happening. I told the doctor, you don't know what you're talking about. there's another person higher than you that I can talk to. He goes, well, we need to get the priest. I said, you're not going to do nothing. And I fell on the floor. My daughter fell down next to me. She's like, I'm my mom. And I told my husband, call Dr. Fletcher. I said, get the Dr. Stephen Fletcher down here. Well, no more than 15 minutes later, Dr. Fletcher was there, and he's talking to the ER doctor. They're conversing. He comes over there. He goes, we're taking her up to the NICU unit, intensive care. She is in a grave condition. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's an awesome doctor. He tells it like it is.
I just remember her laying in the bed and having like all these tubes and stuff, and then she ended up having to have the surgery for her brain, and like her hair, and it was a lot, and it was like a lot of commotion and people trying to be in the room, and and her mom kind of like being anxious and worried, and my mom being up there, and us just having to console her dad and her mom, and it was a lot of worrying and praying like through the whole thing. So
I went to the chapel there at Herman, 2 a.m. I went to the chapel and I sat there and I prayed to God, and I told him, I've lived my life, God. Take me and let my daughter live. She's just beginning her life. And I was crying to him, and I turned. This lady came in, all dressed in white. She came. I wasn't scared. This is no lie. And she came and sat next to me, and she put her arm around me. She goes, let's kneel on the pew and pray for Elisabeth. And I looked, and she goes, let's pray. We started praying, and she tells me, sweetie, Elisabeth's gonna be fine. And I turned to thank her. She was gone. God sent me an angel that night.
I found this magazine today, and it says that 73% of women suffer from severe relationships with men. I don't care what the study says, breaking up is not hard to do. I do it all the time. The trick is to know which method to use for what love. See what I mean? But if he's them both and all outside your friends, you're strong enough to hurt you. Don't you lie to me? I saw you giving the eye. I couldn't get this in the word. And he's out the door before the car let him out. Let's hit him.
My name is Larry Hickson. I'm a physical therapist. I've been a physical therapist since 1988. Went to school in Galveston, UTMB in Galveston. And so been doing outpatient therapy for the last at least 10 years. I first started working with Elisabeth towards the end of 2015. I was working at a facility in Cy-Fair and started working with her then. And we worked at least a year over at Cy-Fair, and then I relocated to Magnolia in 2008. And we worked together at Magnolia probably 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months. What was kind of unique about her situation is that when we started working with her, she was 15 years of age, and she really presented like a stroke, meaning that her left side was the side that was weak and was involved, but the actual malformation and the bleed in her brain was on the right side. And so it was for her condition was very involved because she was having difficulty getting in and out of the bed, in and out of a chair, in and out of a wheelchair, was not able really to stand without somebody hanging onto her, and she wasn't able to ambulate. The ideal workout for her would be weighted work, weights on the involved side, on the left side, but also working on movement type activities, like just doing an arm, weightlifting with an arm or a leg, where their foot is not on the ground or she's not weight bearing. Had limited help for her, but when she's weight bearing, where she's having to learn how to control the movements of her whole body. So we worked a lot on transitional movements, going from sit to stand, and then even from that, transferring in and out of a chair. She presents kind of similar to, like I said earlier, a stroke, but also very similar to a head injury. And so I used to work in the county, and I would work with head injuries, and so it was very similar in the sense that they would have one side of their body that was either weak or knocked out, and then sometimes you would have some cases where there was an atasic movements, ataxia, so that there was, depending on what area of their brain was injured, we would have patients that had gunshot wounds, and if it was in an area of the cerebellum where that controlled the movement quality, then it would present very similar to hers. So.
And after my second brain image, I was supposed to have a gamma knife radioactive surgery where they put a helmet on my head, and it's a metal helmet, and then it has a lot of holes in it, and the rays goes into my head and it melts that injury away.
I'm starting to let the strings go, you would say, like moms do. But I always tell her, Lizzie, if you ever need me for anything, I'll be there for you. But I have to let her go to learn how to, for sure you can learn how to live with her disability by herself. And that's hard. That's real hard.
Her progress has been wonderful. I know that I saw pictures of her walking across the stage when she graduated from high school, and she's getting in and out of her chair on her own, and she's using a walker. And so, you know, she's come an incredible way, and for her to be able to go to college and, well, finish high school and go to college and graduate from college, just shows her determination to not let this limitation keep her from achieving her goals.
And she's made us proud. She's overcome a lot of obstacles that many people may give up, but with her, she hasn't given up. She keeps going and keeps going and keeps wanting to do things. And I'm proud of her because even though she is on the wheelchair and she depends a little bit on others, friends, family help, she has done it on her own. And Lizzie, you have. You really have, and I'm so proud of you. It's been a long road, and I know the road is still up there for us, right, Rich?
Oh, yeah.
It's still there. But I want others to know that even though you have a disability, you have to keep going. Don't let it get you down. And that's what I told Lizzie. Don't let this get you down, babe, because you can overcome it.
Every day, I take 8 Neurontin pills due to the nerve damage from my brain injuries that I got. I take 2 at 6 o'clock a.m. Then I take 2 at 11. I take 2 at 4 p.m. and another 2 at 9 p.m.
Every day when I get ready for college, I have to apply makeup on my eyes. And I have to go slow because I don't want to puncture my eyes. And I really like makeup, and I don't want to stop because I have a brain injury.
It's very hard to tie my shoes every day for school. So, due to my lack of hand coordination with my brain injuries I had to have my parents help me every day to tie my shoes. This is my communication, gender, and media class. And usually I transfer and get on the table. I did a whole video of why we need buttons for the Valentini school. And now, a semester later, we got buttons. Let's go inside. Almost every weekend I come out here to do my homework for college. And I don't want to waste this beautiful day. No one does.